Hi, it's Karen with the North Suburban YMCA, and we are going to do Improve Your Balance together today. You'll need your body weight, you'll need some decent shoes, a chair, and some water in case you get thirsty, and you're good to go. So let's start out by doing a little warm-up by walking forward, and then turning around and walking forward again, and then turning around and walking forward again. If you have a bigger space than me, you can walk all the way to your computer or your tablet or your screen or whatever you're looking at, and you can walk forward. If you need to walk forward going sideways in your space, that's okay too. We're walking forward. What I'd like you to think about while you're walking forward is having your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. Your core is always engaged. I want you to pay attention when you turn around that you don't trip over your feet. Keep that chest up, those shoulders down, the core engaged all the time. I want you to think about this when you're walking on your own, when you're walking outside, or walking through your place wherever you live. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. All right, now we're going to try a little forward and backward if that works for you. So if you've got a chair with you, I want you to have that chair beside you so that you can use it to help you keep your balance as you walk forward and backward. Forward and backward. If you don't feel safe walking backward, don't. Just continue to walk forward. If you do, I want you to use a different lead leg each time you walk backwards. What do I mean by that? I just stepped backwards with my left foot. Now I'm going to step backwards first with my right foot. Practice each foot. The wall, if you can hear that bang, sorry. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Your core is engaged or your belly is tight. To engage that core, think of a TH sound, like you were to say think, or thunk. And if you make that TH sound, it brings those transverse abdominals in and lets you use those to help you keep your balance. You've got your fingertips on that chair as you come forward and backward. Again, leading with a different foot each time. If you can remember to do that, and if you can't, don't worry about it. If you're getting winded doing this class, take breaks occasionally. Have a seat in your chair. All right, we're going to do backwards one more time. Now we're going to walk sideways. So you're going to turn sideways to your chair, and you're going to have a slight bend in your knees, trying to keep your hips forward towards your chair, and you're going to take a couple steps in one direction, and then a couple steps in the other direction. Whatever fits within your room or your frame of space, that's where you're going to walk. It doesn't have to be far. We're working on balance here. So I want you to think about that chest being up, those shoulders being down, your belly being tight. And now we're going to start to think about some other things. I talked about having soft knees. I talked about having your hips forward. I'd also like to talk about having the four corners on the bottom of your feet evenly distributing your weight. So what do I mean by that? Think of your feet as having a corner on either side of the ball of your foot and either side of the heel of your foot. And then as you walk, try to make sure that you've got your weight on all four corners of both feet. And you're stepping sideways and you're stepping sideways. Your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. Stepping sideways and stepping sideways. You can lift your fingers off of your chair and just have it there if you should need it. If you're completely confident, you could do some sideways walking with something behind you or something near you so that if you lose your balance, you can grab it. But it doesn't have to be a whole lot of steps. We're just working on improving our balance, shifting that weight from one foot to the other foot sideways. Good. Now we're going to change it slightly. And what you're going to do is bend down slightly with your tush going back and walk sideways like that. Why is this important? Well, if you're a cat burglar and you need to get into someone's house, you might have to scooch down low below the windows. Really, functionally, this is good if you're going to a theater. We may go to the theater again one day. And if you go to the theater, you've got to scoot between the seat in front of you and the people behind you, and you've got to step over purses, and you've got to stay low. I don't know why we stay low, because it's not like people can see around us if we squat down, but we do it anyways. I guess that way too you can grab the chair in front of you should you need it if you're down low, because the seat backs are usually down pretty low. If you're staying forward, you're in that semi-squat position. You can go lower if you can, and if you can't, don't worry about it. You can stay higher. Your chest is still up, your shoulders are still down, and your belly is still tight. Now, your tush is back. Notice my knees. They don't go in front of my toes. They stay behind those toes with that tush back as I step one way and then the other way. One more time. And now you're going to stand up. And now what I want you to do is take one foot, step it in front of the other foot, and then step it behind. And then step the second foot in front, and then behind. This is called a grapevine or a karaoke. And this is important to practice because we're working on improving your balance. It doesn't mean you're going to do this on a day-to-day basis. However, should you lose your balance and start to fall, you'll be comfortable putting your foot down or behind wherever it needs to land so that you can catch yourself. Front and behind. I'm going to demonstrate this one now facing you. I'm stepping in front, and behind, front, stepping in front, and behind, front. So notice your chest should still be up. Your shoulders should still be down. Your belly should still be tight, that core engaged. Front, behind. Good. Now I'm going to try it with my leg going behind first. So step behind, and then in front, and then behind. Got it. Not room, behind, front, and then behind. With this particular move, we're going to let those hips flow. And actually, I'd like you to have a little more weight on your front two corners of your feet and a little less weight on the back two corners of your feet. So it doesn't matter which way you start, behind or in front, whatever you're most comfortable with. And by all means, do not do this exercise without your chair if you feel at all unstable. So I demonstrated so you can see what my feet were doing, but what I want you to do is to be doing it using your chair. Can't see my feet so well when I do it this way because we run out of camera space. Front, behind, front, behind. You got it. In front, behind, front, and behind. Now I'll do a few behind, then in front. We're just practicing balance. We're getting our feet comfortable doing these different things. We're getting our brain comfortable understanding where we are in space as we do them. All right, the next one that we're going to do is going to be one more sideways motion. You're going to do it using your chair. I'm going to do it facing you to start so you can see what it looks like. And we're going to step over something and then over it with the other leg, then over it again, and then follow through. So let's say there's a puddle, then you're going to go the other way. Or an animal, like you're in your home and there's a pet on the floor, a cat, a dog, several of them, up and over, up and over. Or maybe you're doing some work in your home and you've got something on the ground. Maybe you keep a cord or something there. By the way, if you do keep a cord or something there, I'd love for you to move it so that it isn't a tripping hazard anymore. But there are all kinds of things that can get in the way, not just at home, but when you're outside too. There could be a puddle. There could be a chink in the curb or a hole in the ground. You want to be able to step over it. So I'm doing it so you can see what it looks like. But what I want you to be doing is I want you to be doing it in front of your chair where you step over and over, over and over. So you're lifting your feet over that object, that pretend object. The second leg needs to come as high as the first one did. I have very long femurs. These are your femurs. I'm bonking into my chair. You may or may not do that too. So you can step a little further back. I just want you to try to not lean over. I want you to stay tall the whole time and practice that balance. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Good. All right, now we're going to try that exercise going forward and backward. So you're going to step over with one foot, and then I want you to step over and wide with the second foot. Bring it together, and then step back, and then step back over. So I'm going to demonstrate it from the side now. So we'll go forward first. You're going to go up and over, bring this one up and over too, and you're going to go up and back, bring it back. So you're using your chair to help you balance as you do this, and back. If you're not comfortable going backwards, don't. This is your body and your workout. I say it when we're together at the Y, and I want you to remember it when we're not together and you're at home. But really we are together because I'm thinking about you while I'm doing these exercises. Keep your chest up, your shoulders down, your core engaged as you step over and as you step back. Again, don't step back if it's not comfortable for you. I'm going to demonstrate it from the side again. So if you lose your balance, I'd like you to have something nearby so that you can grab onto it if you need to. Good, all right, so we've practiced all of our forwards and backwards and sideways motions. The only thing we didn't do yet, which we'll do next, is you're going to step wide and then squat and then come back up. We did our sort of lower sideways stepping, but what I want you to do now, you can do this facing your chair. I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. I want you to step wide. I want you to give me a squat with wide legs, and then I want you to bring over. Then I want you to do it again. You don't have to lift your leg high this time, but you can if you want to practice it. Tush goes back, come back up, and then we're going to go back the other way. We're going to go back the other way. So you're stepping wide, you're squatting down, your knees point straight ahead the whole time. One of the ways to get yourself to do that is to think about those four corners on the bottoms of your feet as you're in this position. Think about those four corners so that when you squat down, your knees point straight ahead. If you were to come to the inside two corners, your knees would come together. If you were to roll to the outside two corners, your knees would come apart. So I want you to think about all four evenly distributing your weight. Remember, you want to squat when your feet are wide so that those knees point straight ahead, all four corners evenly distributed on the ground. Another thing to think about as you go down is to make sure that your tush goes back and your knees stay behind your feet, or your toes, not your feet. They're on top of your feet, but they're behind your toes. If you were to draw a straight line down, they wouldn't be in front of your toes. I like it better this way though, because then I don't worry about running into my chair. Tush goes back. I'm a little too close to my ear. Tush goes back. Let's go the other way. Tush goes back. And tush goes back. Excellent. All right, done with that one now. Good. Okay, the next one we're going to do, you're going to use your chair to help you balance, so stand sideways to your chair. You're going to lift up your outside leg, you're going to straighten it out, bend it, put it down. Now we're going to do that twice. Up, out, in, down, 3 times. Up, out, 1, 2, 3, and down, 4 times. You're going to be concentrating on standing on the leg that you're standing on. And you're going to think about the 4 corners on the bottom of that foot. Time number 5. Here we go. And you're going to have that knee with a slight bend in it, your thigh tight, your glute tight, your abs tight. All right, we're going to do the other leg. So I'm going to move my chair so that you can see what I'm doing over here. You want to stand on the leg that is closest to the chair, so that if you lose your balance this way, you can grab the chair, and if you lose your balance this way, you can fall to the outside. 4 corners on the bottom of the foot, soft knee, lift, 1. Bring it back down. Lift, 2. Got it, bring it back down. Lift, 3. Good. Lift, 4. Soft knee, tight thigh, tight glute. Good, and lift, 5. Belly is tight, chest is up, shoulders are down. Good. Now we're going to go back to the first leg. You need to move your chair, move it. If you don't. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight, soft knee. 1 time. You got it. You remember this now. 2 times. Good. 3 times coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 1. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight, soft knee, 4 corners. All right, let's do the other side. You're welcome to turn around and do it. You don't have to keep moving your chair. If you want to, by all means do. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight, soft knee, but tight thigh and glute. Here we go. 1. Good. This one's going to be 2. Excellent. Here we go again. 3. 1, 2, 3. Number 4 coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Soft knee, tight thigh, tight glute, tight belly, chest up, shoulders down. 1 more. Good job. Well done. Excellent. All right. Put your chair back. Pick your starting position. And we're going to do something a little bit different now. What we're going to do now is we're going to do an arabesque. So I want you to do this one facing your chair with your chest up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. The leg you're going to stand on is going to have a soft knee, a tiny little bend in your knee. The other leg, you're going to bring it behind you so that your toe is on the ground, and you're going to be lifting up with your glute muscles and your hamstring muscles. But you'll notice you're not going to be bending this knee right now. You're just lifting from the glute. Make sure your belly button is pushed to your spine. And we're lifting. Let's try 10 times. That was 5. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's do the other leg. Soft knee, standing on that leg. The second leg now is going to go back with the top of your foot on the ground. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. Here we go, lift from the glute. We're going to do it 10 times. This is time number 4, 5. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. 2 more, 1 more. Other side. Make sure your core is tight so your low back doesn't hurt. Try to stand up straight. Try to not lean over as you do it. First leg goes back again using the glute. Soft knee. Tight abdomen, chest up and shoulders down. Here we go. 10 times if you can. Think about the glute. Good. Good. 2 more. Excellent. Other foot goes back. Think about the 4 corners on the foot that you're standing on. Make sure your knee is soft. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. Here we go. 1, 2. From the glute. 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8. Chest up, shoulders down. 10. Good. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put that leg back and we're going to bend that knee towards our glutes. So you're going to use your hamstrings more so now. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Try to keep your hips level, and you're going to bend the heel towards your glute. Let's go. This is number 2. 3. Keep your core engaged. 6. You got it. 7. Bring that heel up. 8, 9, and 10. All right. Other leg. The leg you're standing on has a soft knee. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Put your second leg behind you. Bring your heel towards your buttock. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking good. 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's switch feet. First leg again. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly button to your spine. Heel to your glute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. All right. Second leg. Last set. Heel to buttock. Here we go. 1, 2, you feeling? 7, heel to buttock, 8, 9, 10. Good. So we're working on balance of the leg we're standing on. We're working on strengthening the back of the leg, strengthening the knee. Excellent work. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to abduct. We're going to bring that leg out to the side. You're going to stand as tall as you can with your chest up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. The leg you're standing on will be soft. I want the chair to be on the side of the leg that's not going up. Otherwise, you're going to kick your chair, which we don't want. So soft knee, chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Here we go. Out to the side. 1, 2. Soft knee. Good. Core engaged. Good. Shoulders are down. Slow and controlled. 1 more. Good. I'm going to turn around and face the other direction so you can see from behind. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Soft knee. All 4 corners of my foot are on the ground. Join me when you're ready. Good. 1 more. Good job. All right, back to the first leg. Here we go. What are you thinking about? Your knee is soft. Your abdomen is engaged. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Good. Halfway through. 5 more. If you are done before I'm done, then you need to stop. Listen to your body. If this hurts anything, don't do it, please. 1 more. If it doesn't hurt, fine. All right, I'm going to face you again. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. It's funny, but with my back to you, I feel like I'm ignoring you. Silly, because I know you don't think I'm ignoring you because I'm still talking to you. Soft knee, ready, here we go. And let's face it, you're not here anyways. You probably don't mind that I'm turned around, but I do. I like to be able to see you in my head. Good. 1 more. Good job. All right. Now we're going to do a new one. We haven't done this one before. What I want you to do now is you're going to put your leg in front of you, and you're going to have your inside of your leg pointing towards the ceiling. I want you to try to keep this hip in. It's going to want to jut out, so try to keep it in by squeezing your glute and your abdomen. This knee is soft. The 4 corners of this foot are on the ground. You've got the inside of this foot pointed towards the ceiling, and I want you to just raise it up. So we're working your inner thigh more now. Not exactly. It's not just inner thigh. You're still using your hip flexors, but we're using that inner thigh somewhat. And it's a little bit of a different balance activity. Good. I think 1 more is 10. I might be wrong. All right. I'm going to move my chair. Do the other leg. Remember, the outside leg is the leg that's moving. The leg that's stationary is the one closest to your chair. So that if you fall this way, you've got the chair. If you fall this way, you can put your foot down. So the inside of your foot is pointing towards the ceiling. This knee is soft. You've got the 4 corners of this foot on the ground. The inside of this thigh is pointing towards the ceiling. Your belly is tight, your chest is up, your shoulders are down. Let's go. Lift that leg up and down. Good. Soft knee. Keep your hips underneath you. Remember, we don't want that jutting out to the side. But keep this glute engaged. 2 more. Good job. All right. Other side. And if you can see me counting with my fingers, that way I can talk and count at the same time. Soft knee, 4 corners, glute tight to keep the hip in, but that knee is still a little bit soft, and the inside of your foot points towards the ceiling. Ready? Here we go. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. But keep that glute engaged so that hip doesn't jut out. Good. Remind me we want to do this one when we're together in class again. That was 10. Let's switch. I haven't done it in the past because it's not a super effective inner thigh exercise, but it is really effective for this glute to help you keep that hip in. So we're going to incorporate it into class when we're together again. Soft knee, all 4 corners of that foot on the ground. Tight thigh, really tight glute, tight abdomen. Put that leg in front of you, keep that hip in as much as you can. Ready? Here we go. Up and down. Good. Torso is tall. Don't lean forward. Don't lean back either. Especially if your name starts with an M. Don't lean back. Keep your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight, and we are done. Good job. All right. I think that was 2 and 2. I think. Oh. All right. Well, next one that we're going to do. Oh, the other one I wanted to do for your abductors, which are your inner thigh. I want you to put your foot out wide from you. Again, the leg that's farther from your chair. And then I want you to slide it towards you on the ground. We have done this one in the past. This knee is soft. Think of the four corners on the bottom of this foot. And you're dragging this leg toward you, so you're using the inner thigh of both legs. Remember, your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly button is to your spine. Again, two more. You don't have to scrape your floor. I'm on carpet, so it's pretty easy to drag. We've done this in class before. Switch your chair to the other side or turn around. But we haven't done it on video before. So, soft knee, tight thigh, tight glute, chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Bring this leg out to the side. Slide it in. Slide it in. A little closer to my chair. Good. Slide it in. Hold it with both inner thighs as you do it. Good. Again. Tight. Pull. Good. Switch sides. All right. Second set. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight, soft knee. Make sure your glute is tight too if you can. And bring it out. Slide it in. Good. You'll notice you might feel it in your core, but I want you to for sure feel it in your inner thighs. Drag it along the floor. If your floor doesn't let you drag too well, that's actually okay. Lift it up a little off that floor and use the resistance of the floor to make those muscles work. One more for good luck. All right, other side, and then we are done. Torso tall, shoulders down, and now I'm going to remember to start close to my chair. Thigh tight. Slight bend in the knee. Bring the leg out, pull. Bring the leg out, pull. I'm watching my foot on the screen, and it wants to stay pointing out slightly, so I'm trying to make it straight, which then makes it pull in. You concentrate on what you need to. For you, soft knee, shoulders down, abdomen engaged. One more. Actually, let's do one more for good luck, because we did 11 on the other side, I believe. Good work. All right, excellent. Now we're going to use our chair in a different way. We're going to sit on our chair and stand back up again. We're going to do some squats. So what I'd like you to do is back yourself up. I'm actually going to turn it like this so you can see it this way. I want you to back yourself up so that the back of your lower legs are touching your chair. If you feel like you don't need to do that because you feel secure in going down, you can come out from the chair just a little bit. But I want you to know that chair is behind you. I want you to make sure you're in the middle of the chair so that if you were to kind of fall on the way down, or if you were to plop, that chair would be there for you. Your feet are going to be hip width apart, and we're going to squat down to our chair and come back up. If your chair has arms, that's okay. If you need to use those arms, it's okay. If you need to push up off your thighs, that's okay. Stick your tush back behind you and sit down in your chair. If you push off your thighs, you can push off your arms of your chair and then stand back up. And then sit back down, and then stand back up. If you don't have to hold on to anything, don't. But if you need to, by all means, do. Tush goes back, belly tight. Shoulders are down the whole time. Your core is engaged. That tush goes back. That's what I'm demonstrating from the side. If you fatigue, you get to stop. I'm going to do one more from the side, and then I'm going to turn and face you. There's some other things I want to talk about too, so you can sit and rest for a moment. My chair away from the wall a little bit. Okay. So again, I'm backed up to my chair. My chest is up, my shoulders are down, my belly is tight. My feet are hip width apart. I'm thinking about those four corners on the bottom of my feet. Why? Because if I come to the inside two, my knees go together. If I go to the outside two, they come apart. So tush is going to go back, down and up. Let's do it again together. You don't have to move anything. I just want you to watch my knees and how they stay pointing straight ahead. And I want you to concentrate on your knees doing the same thing. So you've got to think about those corners. If my knees come together, my insides of my feet have come together. That doesn't feel good on my knees or my hips. Even if it doesn't hurt yours, it will ultimately hurt them. Same if you were on the outside, then those knees go out. So I want you to think about the four corners evenly distributing your weight so that at some point you don't even have to think about it anymore. Good job. Just do as many as you can. If your knees are done or your thighs are done, then you can be done. If not, give me a few more. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Four corners of your feet are on the ground. Your tush is going back. Good. One more if you can. And then you get to sit down. All right. So we've done some balance exercises. We've done some strengthening exercises. Now we're going to do some stretching exercises. Since we're sitting down on our chair, we'll do those next. So what we're going to do now is I want you to scooch a little forward on your chair. I want you to take one ankle, bring it up, put it on the other thigh. If you cannot do this, that's okay. If you can, stay here. If you can't, straighten out your other leg and put your ankle on your ankle or your shin or maybe somewhere around your knee. You might be able to get it on your thigh like this, but not with your knee bent. That's okay. Eventually, I'd like you to work that leg in so that you can get your ankle on your thigh with this leg at about 90 degrees. Your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. You can let go of your belly as long as you can stay straight. And it's okay if you're not straight. It's okay if you're slightly rounded forward. We're looking for a stretch somewhere in the vicinity of the leg that's up, the outside of the thigh or the hip. You might feel it in your low back. You might feel it in your knee. This is a great stretch if you're out walking a bunch or if you're doing exercises and your low back gets tired. You can sit down, bring your ankle to your thigh, stretch things out. It will give you some relief in that low back area. Good. All right, let's switch legs. The other leg will go up. Now you might notice my right leg was down lower. My left leg is up higher. That's okay. I have different flexibilities on the different sides of my body. You might have been able to get your right leg on top of your left, but you can't do your left on your right. So remember, you guys can keep it there if you did it. But if you couldn't do it, you can put your ankle on your ankle. And then slowly but surely, work your way up to ankle on your thigh. And then slowly but surely, work that leg back in. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. You can let go of your belly if you can stay straight like that. And if you can't, you can still let go of your belly. But I like to have it tight just to kind of keep you upright, keep you erect. Again, we're stretching the outer thigh, the knee, the low back. You might feel it on your inner thigh. We're going to hold it a little while till things start to sort of calm back down. All right, next, we're going to stretch our hamstring. I'm going to turn sideways so that you can see this, but you can do it facing forward. You're going to take one leg, put it out in front of you. You're going to make that leg straight. Here, just ever so slightly. Okay, that leg is straight, the other leg is bent. Here's the thing to think about. You want your back flat for this exercise. And you're going to gently lean forward and stretch the back of your thigh of the leg that is straight. The other leg is helping to support you. You can put your hand on your thigh. And what you're trying to do is bend forward enough that you feel a stretch back here. You want to pull your toes towards your head, flexing your foot, roll your shoulders back and down. Keep your back as flat as you can. If it has to round, that's okay. If you can sit up straight and then as you lean forward, if it starts to round, then I want you to stay straight. If you feel a stretch back here, that's what we're looking for. If you can lay down on your thigh and touch your toes, terrific. I can't. I have very tight hamstrings. This is what I can do. Maybe I can go a little further. You'll feel it in the back of your thigh. You'll feel it in the back of your calf. You might even feel it all the way through your heel and the bottom of your foot. That's fine. We're stretching out the back of your leg here. An important reason to stretch this part of your body is because every step you take when walking forward, you push off with it, all of these muscles. And when we sit, they're in their shortest position. Whenever we sit, our legs are bent like this, so these are short. So we want to work on stretching them out and making them long. All right, let's do the other leg now. So you bring that leg in, put the other leg out. Then you're going to gently lean forward. Your torso is tall, your shoulders are down. Remember, we're not rounding here if we can help it. We're only coming forward from the hip, stretching out the back of the thigh, stretching out the back of the calf, and the bottom of the foot. Remember, your toes are pulled towards your head. Your torso is tall. You gently lean forward. If you can reach the toes on this leg and you couldn't on the other, great. I can't reach on either leg, and this leg for me is maybe even tighter than the other one. I was going to say definitely, but sometimes this leg tightens up too. then we're going to breathe and just hang here. This shouldn't hurt. This should be a stretch, not a strain. Stretching out the back of the thigh, the back of the calf, and the bottom of the foot. The calf is the back side, so it's really not the back of the calf. The back of the lower leg. Alrighty. Come on up, and we're going to stand up again. We're going to do another stretch now. So, what I'm going to do is stand sideways to my chair, but I'm going to keep my chair here. Put your chair wherever you'd like. You're going to stand next to your chair, and you are going to have the hand closest to the chair on the chair. The other leg then will go back. Your heel up. Then you're going to bend both knees, push your hips forward. The leg that's back, that arm's going to go up, bend behind your head, tuck your chin in, push your head back into your torso tall, shoulders down. Pushing this hip forward so we stretch the front of the hip. You're also stretching your triceps and the front of your rib cage. That back heel stays up. You've got your chair for balance, and we're stretching the front of this hip. All right, let's turn around and go the other way now. So, the hand that is closest to the chair is going to be on it. Then the outside leg is going to go back. That heel will be up. You're going to bend both knees, push your hips forward. Then the leg that's back, that arm will go up, bend behind your head, tuck your chin in, push your head back into your hand, stretching from your tricep, down the front of your ribs, and the front of that hip. Torso tall, shoulders down. You've got your chair for balance. Feel free to use it. You do not need to work on balance when we're trying to stretch. We want to work on stretching. These muscles also work with every step you take. Lift up your leg with these muscles, and then again, when you sit, they are bent and into a short position. Alrighty, come on up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have that chair in front of us, and you're going to take one leg and put it back again, but this time I want the heel down. So your heel is down. We're going to stretch your calf of the leg that's back. Roll your shoulders back and down. Keep those hands on the chair if you need them there. If you don't, you may take them off. So this leg is bent straight. This leg is bent. You're stretching the top part of the calf of the leg that is back. You might feel it in the bottom of your foot. You might feel it in your heel. And if you're super tight like me, you might feel it in the front of your hip. All right, now, keeping that heel down, I want you to bend that back leg slightly. Remember on the last stretch, we had our heel up and we bent our leg. We were hitting more of the hip flexor. Now we're hitting further down that lower leg, further down your calf. Now you might really feel this one in your ankle or your heel or the bottom of your foot. We're stretching a different muscle that also attaches through your Achilles. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down. Good. All right, let's switch legs. Put the other leg back. That heel is down. Roll your shoulders back and down. Tighten your belly for stability. This leg is straight as you can get it. Mine was bending a little. I'm straightening it up again. Straightening it out again. Shoulders are down. Now, keeping that heel down, I'm going to bend that back leg slightly. This leg stays bent. You're going to feel a stretch lower down in the calf. You might feel this one more in the bottom of your foot or in your heel, or closer to the bone, a little deeper underneath the other muscle that we just stretched. And breathe. All right, come on up. Good work. Okay, so we did some balance exercises. We did some strengthening exercises. We did some stretching exercises. We're going to do a few more exercises now. Oh, I know, we haven't done this one in a long time either. This is sort of the class of all kinds of new different things that we haven't done in a while. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a thing called march, 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 stop. And when I ask you to stop, I want you to stop with the leg that's up in the air up. If there isn't a leg up in the air when I say stop, the next one that was going to go up, I want you to lift it. So march, 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 march. It's kind of like musical chairs, and then I'm going to say stop. And the leg that's up, hold it up. It may be close to the ground. It may be way up here. That's okay. We're working on balance. If it's the leg that's closest to the chair, make sure you use that chair for balance. And if you start to lose your balance, put your foot down. All right, we're going to march again. So maybe I can put on some music. Maybe we can sing a little song together. March, 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 stop. Now my foot's close to the ground. I'm going to bring it up higher just to give myself a better balance challenge. but maybe it's better to keep it really low. You do what's best for you and work on balance that way. And march, 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 stop. That leg's not super high, lift it higher. Soft knee, tight core, chest up, shoulders down, and march. La 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 la. Oh, I stopped singing, so that means stop. Pick that foot up. You can lift it up higher if you want. In fact, the next time we march, I want you to march really high, okay, with those feet coming high off the ground. Here we go. March, 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 march. I got to slow down my music so I can get my leg up higher. March, 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 march. So we stop the music. You got to hold that leg up. I hope you're getting a kick out of this, because I'm cracking up at myself. Soft knee, balance, and march again. La 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 la. Good. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, enough of that, huh? All right, hope you had fun with me. Okay, here's another thing I want to work on now. I want you to step nice and wide. You can do this facing your chair, or you can do it with your chair to your side. Either one works for me. What I want you to do is bend one leg, stretch out the inner thigh of the other side. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight, and then go the other way. Go the first way. So we're challenging our balance because our feet are wide, and we're putting all our weight to one side, but we're also getting a stretch on that inner thigh. Let's go the other way again. Push stays back so that knee doesn't go in front of your toe. Switch. Again, tush goes back. Keep that knee back. It doesn't have to go way back, just so that that knee isn't in front of the toe, so we don't put any stress on your patella. Other side. And other side. Other side. All right, come on up. We're going to do our Tai Chi, and then we are done, believe it or not. So, chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Namaste. You're going to bring forward your chi as you bring your foot forward. Keep bringing those arms forward, shoulders are down. Lift up your back heel. Back. I want you to do this as slowly as you can. Your weight shifts to your back leg, but that knee is soft. The toes of the front leg come up. Let's go forward again. Some people like to hold their chi like this. That doesn't feel great on my shoulder, so I do it like this, shoulders down. How slow can you go? Shift back. Remember, have something nearby that you can grab when you do this, so that if you lose your balance, you don't fall. Forward again. Slow, slow, slow. And start to shift your weight back. Front toes come up if you can. If you can't, don't. Remember, you must listen to your body and only do what is best for you. Back and forward. Back. And bring that leg in. And the other side. Move my chair over here. I would like you to do the same thing so that you're safe. And you're going to bring the other leg forward. As you come forward, pick up your back heel, reach. How far can you reach? Arms around slowly. Shift your weight to your back leg. Your chair is there if you need it. Make sure your back knee is bent. Come slowly forward again. Shoulders are down. Whoa. Weight shifts, toes come up. Weight on your back leg. leg, that knee is bent. Again, 2 more times. Slowly. If you need to be done, by all means, be done. This is our last exercise. This is our last activity. This is our last time coming forward. Shift your weight slowly. Shoulders are down. In. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got a good balance challenge today. Feel free to do that workout over and over again. You could do this every day unless something hurts and then skip that exercise. Take care. Thanks again. Hope to see you soon.